Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever wondered what secrets the world holds for those who wake up in the middle of the night when the rest of the world is asleep, when silence blankets everything around us, and the veil between the physical and spiritual is thinnest? In these sacred hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., something remarkable takes place. Something that has been passed down for generations, yet kept hidden, only known to those who have truly sought the divine. Today I will share with you the powerful and secret prayer women around the world whisper during these hours. And if you listen closely, if you allow yourself to truly understand the depth of this prayer, you will discover why it holds the power to change lives. This prayer is more than words. It's a key unlocking doors to blessings, personal transformation, and unimaginable breakthroughs. In the dead of night, when the world is shrouded in stillness and most are deep in slumber, there exists a unique power that only a select few have come to understand. It is in these quiet hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. that a hidden realm seems to open, one where time itself feels suspended, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary, and where the human spirit connects to something much greater than itself. This is the time when some women say a prayer that holds profound power, one that is whispered, not in loud declarations, but in quiet, sacred whispers. Why is this prayer so secret? Why is it reserved for such a mystical time of the night? The answer lies in the very essence of these early hours. In many spiritual traditions, the period between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. is known as the spiritual awakening hour, or the golden window, because it is believed to be the time when the energy of the universe is at its peak, and the veil between the physical and spiritual worlds is at its thinnest. During this period, the noise of the world fades, and one's mind and spirit become more attuned to the divine. This is not just a time of sleep or rest, as many think. For some, it is a time of deep reflection, prayer, and transformation. Women in particular are said to have a unique connection to this period. They often tap into their intuitive powers, their innate connection to the spiritual realms, and recite this special prayer that's been handed down through generations. These women who understand the quiet power of the night have come to rely on this sacred ritual, knowing that the universe, in its stillness, is more likely to listen and respond. But what is it about this prayer that makes it so powerful? Why does it need to be said during these specific hours? The prayer itself is not just a collection of words. It is a call to the universe, a way of harnessing the divine energy present in the world. It is believed that when said during the stillness of the early morning, the prayer opens a door between the physical world and the spiritual realm. During these moments, the universe seems to be at its most receptive, and so too are the hearts of those who seek to connect with it. The secret nature of the prayer adds to its power. It is not meant to be shared casually. It is meant to be a deeply personal and intimate experience. Only those who are truly committed, those who understand the sacredness of this time, will be able to unlock the full potential of the prayer. For many, it becomes a source of strength, guidance, and transformation. The mere act of reciting the prayer in these moments of profound stillness is believed to create an energetic shift, aligning the woman with the divine forces that shape the universe. But here's the question: why keep such a powerful prayer secret? In a world filled with noise, distractions, and external influences, the simplicity and solitude of these hours allow for a deeper connection. It's not about sharing the prayer with others. It's about understanding the power of silence, of reflection, of knowing that in the quiet of the night one can truly hear the whispers of the divine. The secret is not just in the words, but in the ritual, the time, and the intention behind the prayer. This prayer, said during the mystical hours of the early morning, holds a mystery, a power that can only be felt and understood by those who take the time to experience it. It's a secret, yes, but one that when shared has the potential to unlock untold blessings and transformations for those who dare to step into the quiet power of the night. The hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. are often seen as the most sacred time in the day, a period when the world is still and the noise of the external world fades into a deep quiet. It is a time when most people are sound asleep. Yet it is during these hours that some individuals, particularly women, find themselves in a spiritual awakening. Why is this time frame so significant? What makes these hours so powerful that they have been revered and whispered about in spiritual circles for centuries? First, it is important to understand the deep-rooted spiritual belief that the energy of the universe during this time is at its peak. Many ancient spiritual traditions hold that the hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. are when the connection between the physical and spiritual realms is thinnest. In other words, the boundary between the seen and unseen is at its most fragile, and in this space, the spiritual world is more accessible. It is the time when the soul is more attuned to the divine, and when those who seek enlightenment or clarity are more likely to find it. This period is often referred to as the magical hour or the witching hour, where mysterious and unseen forces are believed to be at work. From a physiological standpoint, the body itself is in a heightened state of sensitivity. During these early hours, the mind and body are not fully engaged with the demands of the day. Sleep is often at its deepest, allowing individuals to access a state of profound stillness. In the absence of distraction, the consciousness is more open, and people are more receptive to inner guidance, intuition, and spiritual insight. This is why many believe that when a person is awake during this time, it provides an opportunity to tap into something greater than themselves, something that might be harder to access during the busyness of the day. In short, the hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. are sacred for a reason. They offer a unique opportunity to connect with the divine, to access deep spiritual wisdom, and to align oneself with the greater forces that govern the universe. During this time, the barriers between the physical and spiritual world dissolve, and the possibilities for growth, transformation, and divine intervention are boundless. Women have long been seen as the caretakers of not only the physical, but also the spiritual well-being of their families, communities, and even the world. In many cultures and spiritual traditions, women are considered to have a unique connection to the divine, one that is marked by intuition, emotional depth, and a profound sensitivity to energies both seen and unseen. This connection is believed to be particularly strong during moments of spiritual practice, especially in the quiet and sacred hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. The prayer that is recited during this time taps into a force that resonates deeply with the feminine energy of the universe, which is seen as nurturing, transformative, and deeply intuitive. From ancient times, women have been entrusted with spiritual roles that are often linked to their natural abilities to tune in to the energies of the world around them. Women's intuition, an inner knowing that often defies logical explanation, is regarded as one of the most powerful spiritual tools they possess. This intuitive energy is not just about feeling or sensing, but also about connecting to a higher divine wisdom. This is why during the mystical hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., women are believed to be able to connect more deeply with this divine energy. When the world is at rest, when the hustle and bustle of daily life is silenced, women can tap into their spiritual depth, awakening a connection that is rarely felt during the course of the day. In many spiritual and religious systems, women are viewed as the guardians of spiritual wisdom, not just in the context of family and community, but also in their relationship to the earth and to the divine. The natural cycles of life, such as birth, death, and renewal, are deeply embedded within the feminine energy, which is why women are seen as closer to the earth's natural rhythms. The earth itself is considered to be a reflection of the divine feminine energy, nurturing, giving, and in constant cycles of creation and destruction. In this way, women are seen as the earthly representatives of divine forces, able to access spiritual realms and wisdom in ways that are uniquely attuned to their nature. When a woman recites the secret prayer during the early morning hours, she is believed to align herself with this powerful feminine energy that connects her to the divine. It is as if, in the stillness of the night, she is able to hear the quiet whispers of the universe, guidance that might otherwise be drowned out by the noise and distractions of daily life. During these hours, the energies are clearer, the soul is more open, and the heart is more receptive to the guidance and blessings that come from the divine. It is a time when the feminine essence can truly shine, embracing its spiritual power and allowing it to radiate outward. This connection is not just about an individual woman's spiritual journey, however. Women are often seen as the emotional and spiritual pillars of their families and communities. The strength of a woman's connection to divine energy has the power to influence and uplift those around her. When women engage with this sacred prayer, they are not just transforming themselves, but are also invoking blessings that can positively impact their families, their relationships, and their community. This deep spiritual connection gives them a sense of purpose, guidance, and protection. Something that not only elevates their own lives, but also those of the people they love. The role of women in spiritual traditions is not merely passive, it is active and dynamic. They are seen as co-creators with the divine, using their unique spiritual connection to shape their destinies, bring about healing, and manifest their desires. This connection to the divine allows them to navigate life's challenges with grace, strength, and resilience. The prayer said during these hours acts as a vehicle for this spiritual empowerment, unlocking hidden potential and opening pathways to spiritual awakening and transformation. Ultimately, the connection between women and divine energy during these early hours is a reminder that women hold within them an innate and sacred power, a power that is closely tied to the divine rhythms of the universe. This is not a power that can be accessed casually or recklessly. It requires intention, awareness, and alignment with the spiritual forces at work. By recognizing this connection and embracing the power that comes from it, women can manifest transformation in their own lives and the lives of those around them. It is a connection that transcends time and place, rooted deeply in the feminine essence and illuminated during the quiet, sacred hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. Throughout history, the act of prayer has played a pivotal role in various cultures and religions as a way to communicate with the divine, seek guidance, and invoke blessings. Women in particular have maintained a strong connection to prayer as a spiritual practice, often turning to it for strength, protection, and transformation. Yet there exists a certain mystery surrounding the prayer that women whisper between the hours of 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. What makes this prayer so special, and why has it been passed down from generation to generation, often kept secret? The answer may lie in the rich history and cultural significance of prayers that are shared among women. The practice of saying such prayers in secret, particularly in the early hours of the morning, is deeply tied to the spiritual wisdom that has been accumulated over centuries. In many ancient traditions, women have held sacred roles as spiritual leaders, healers, and guardians of wisdom. Across cultures, the act of prayer has been seen not just as a petition to the divine, but also as a form of spiritual communication that requires deep understanding, reverence, and respect. Women, often the nurturers of their families and communities, have maintained this connection to prayer, not only as a way to seek personal blessings, but also to protect their loved ones and ensure harmony in their environments. These prayers have often been passed down from mother to daughter, grandmother to granddaughter, each generation inheriting a legacy of spiritual practices that have been refined and cherished over time. In many cultures, there is a belief that women are especially attuned to the divine and the spiritual realm. They are considered to have a heightened sensitivity to the energies around them, making them more receptive to spiritual messages and guidance. This connection has often been symbolized through rituals, prayers, and spiritual practices that are designed to cultivate a deeper relationship with the divine. The prayer said between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. then becomes not just a personal ritual, but a continuation of this sacred tradition. A prayer that women say in the quiet of the night to tap into this divine energy, seeking wisdom and transformation. One of the key reasons this prayer has been kept secret is because of the sacredness of the time and space it occupies. The early morning hours, when the world is still and the mind is undisturbed, offer a rare opportunity for deep spiritual connection. In many traditions, these hours are believed to be a time when the spiritual realm is most accessible, and prayers uttered during this time are considered to carry greater weight. The power of this prayer, therefore, is amplified by its timing, aligning perfectly with the natural rhythms of the universe. This sacred window of time offers the possibility for spiritual breakthroughs and alignment with divine forces, and for this reason, the prayer is seen as a tool for unlocking higher levels of understanding, personal growth, and transformation. Furthermore, this prayer is not just about the words being spoken, it is also about the intention behind them. The secret nature of the prayer suggests that it is not meant for casual recitation or public display. It requires a certain level of devotion and focus, a deep respect for the spiritual forces at work. This is why it has been kept secret among women. It is not something to be shared lightly or used for superficial purposes. Instead, it is a prayer that demands sincerity and a willingness to engage with the divine on a deeper level. Those who recite it are believed to be seeking profound spiritual transformation, whether for themselves or for the world around them. The cultural significance of this prayer also reflects a broader spiritual truth, that prayer is a means of connecting to something greater than oneself. It is a way of reaching beyond the physical world and tapping into the divine energy that flows through all things. For women, this connection is often linked to the cycles of nature, the rhythms of life, and the nurturing, transformative power that they embody. The secret prayer passed down through generations, said during the stillness of the early morning hours, is a powerful reminder of the strength and spiritual insight that women hold within them. It is a practice rooted in history, culture, and deep spiritual understanding, meant to elevate women to a place where they can access divine wisdom, unlock transformation, and ultimately manifest blessings in their lives. When the prayer is recited by women between the sacred hours of 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., it is believed that something profound happens, something that goes beyond the mere words spoken. This is not a prayer uttered casually, but one spoken with deep intention, reverence, and understanding. The significance of this prayer lies in its ability to bring about profound shifts, both in the spiritual and material realms. For those who engage with it during these quiet hours, the prayer becomes a channel through which they can manifest transformation, access divine protection, and unlock blessings that are otherwise out of reach. One of the core beliefs surrounding this prayer is that it acts as a bridge between the physical world and the spiritual realm. In many traditions, 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. is regarded as a time when the boundaries between these two realms are thin, allowing individuals to communicate more directly with the divine forces that govern the universe. When this prayer is recited during this window, it is said to align the woman with these divine energies, creating a direct link to the wisdom and guidance that flow from the spiritual realm. This connection is not just about receiving guidance, but about invoking a response from the universe, a response that manifests as blessings, breakthroughs, and deep transformation. So the spiritual forces are more attuned and responsive during these hours. And so the prayer becomes a tool for shaping reality, inviting miraculous outcomes into the life of the person who recites it. The prayer itself is often described as being highly specific in its nature, addressing specific needs, desires, or areas of life that require attention or healing. It is not a generic request, but a focused and powerful call for divine intervention. Women who say this prayer are often seeking clarity, guidance, or resolution in certain aspects of their lives. Whether they are seeking peace in their relationships, breakthroughs in their careers, or healing from emotional or physical wounds, the prayer serves as a means to align their desires with the divine plan. The words of the prayer are said to be imbued with transformative energy that, when spoken with genuine intent, can alter the course of events in the material world. But this is not just about asking for things. It's about spiritual alignment. The prayer is believed to help women recalibrate their energy, bringing them into alignment with their highest potential. This alignment can lead to shifts in how they perceive themselves and the world around them, allowing them to navigate life with a newfound sense of clarity and purpose. It is said that by connecting with the divine through this prayer, women tap into a source of wisdom and strength that helps them make decisions with greater confidence and insight. This clarity allows them to manifest the life they desire, whether it's in their personal relationships, career aspirations, or overall sense of peace. Furthermore, the power of this prayer is believed to have a protective element. Women who recite this prayer during the early hours are said to receive divine protection, shielding them from negative energies, harmful influences, or potential obstacles. The prayer acts as a spiritual safeguard, ensuring that the individual is not only blessed with prosperity, but also shielded from harm. This protection is seen as a direct result of the alignment between the person and the divine forces. When a woman's energy is aligned with the highest frequencies of the universe, she is believed to be surrounded by a protective aura that keeps her safe from harm. The impact of this prayer extends beyond the individual as well. It is often said that when a woman recites the prayer during this sacred time, her actions and intentions ripple outwards, affecting those around her. Her prayers not only serve to transform her own life, but also to bring blessings and positive changes to her family, friends, and even her community. In many spiritual practices, it is believed that the power of prayer is amplified when it is said for the greater good, rather than just personal gain. This means that by reciting this prayer, women are not only shaping their own lives, but are contributing to the positive energy and well-being of those they love. Ultimately, the prayer spoken during the hours of 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. is more than just a ritual. It is a powerful tool for transformation. Whether it brings healing, breakthrough, or protection, it is said to create lasting change in the lives of those who recite it. It is a reminder that the universe is always listening, and that through prayer, women can access divine energies that help them manifest their desires, overcome obstacles, and unlock the blessings that are rightfully theirs. When recited during these sacred hours, this prayer becomes a force of immense power, one that connects the woman with the spiritual realm, shaping not only her present, but also her future. The secret prayer recited by women during the hours of 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. is often seen as a deeply personal and transformative act. But beyond its immediate power and ability to bring about changes in one's life, there is an even greater dimension to this sacred practice. It is not just about what happens in the individual's life alone. It is about the ripple effect that is created when this prayer is said with intention, focus, and devotion. The connection that a woman makes with the divine during these quiet sacred hours has the power to not only transform her life, but also impact the world around her in ways that are far-reaching and profound. When a woman engages in this prayer, it's not simply an isolated experience. It connects her to something much greater than herself. Through this prayer, women are tapping into an age-old practice that aligns them with universal energies and divine forces. These energies, often thought of as universal principles of love, abundance, and peace, extend beyond the individual and flow outward into the collective consciousness. In this way, the prayer becomes a vehicle for not only personal transformation, but also for the transformation of the greater world. Every prayer spoken with pure intent is believed to resonate within the spiritual fabric of the universe, setting in motion events that have far-reaching consequences. One of the key aspects of this prayer is its ability to elevate the woman reciting it to a higher state of consciousness. When she prays during these sacred hours, she is not just making requests from the divine, she is aligning herself with her highest self, with the most authentic version of who she is meant to be. This alignment with one's true self brings about profound clarity and purpose, allowing her to make decisions that lead to greater fulfillment, peace, and success. This clarity not only affects her, but also ripples out to influence the people around her. When a woman is connected to her true purpose and aligned with divine forces, she is able to move through life with a sense of inner peace and confidence that radiates to those she encounters. Her relationships, her work, and her ability to serve others become enhanced by this newfound spiritual strength. But the power of this prayer extends beyond personal transformation. In many spiritual traditions, Women are seen as the spiritual and emotional heart of their families, communities, and society as a whole. When a woman prays, her spiritual energy is believed to nurture and uplift those around her. The act of praying during these early hours, when the energy of the universe is at its peak, is said to generate a ripple effect that can bless and protect not only the woman herself, but also her loved ones. It is believed that this energy can bring healing, guidance, and protection to her family, friends, and even strangers who may be in need of help. This ripple effect can create a wave of positive change, spreading outwards from the individual to the collective. In a broader sense, when women engage in this sacred practice of prayer during the quiet hours of the morning, they are contributing to the spiritual awakening of the world itself. The collective consciousness of humanity is thought to be influenced by the intentions, actions, and prayers of individuals. As more women connect with the divine through prayer, they contribute to the spiritual evolution of society, helping to shift the energy of the planet towards greater love, compassion, and unity. Each prayer becomes a thread in the greater fabric of spiritual awakening, influencing not just the individual, but the collective well-being of the entire human race. The more women who engage in this practice, the more powerful the collective energy becomes, creating an ever-growing force for positive change in the world. Moreover, this prayer is not just about personal or collective gain. It is also about alignment with the natural rhythms of life. Women who pray in these early hours are tapping into the rhythms of the earth, aligning their energy with the natural cycles of the universe. This alignment helps them to be more in tune with the flow of life, allowing them to navigate challenges with greater ease and grace. It's as if they are synchronizing themselves with the cosmic order, tapping into a divine intelligence that guides them toward harmony and balance. As they do so, they become conduits for peace and healing in the world. In the end, the secret prayer said by women during the sacred hours of 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. is not just about individual transformation. It is a prayer that resonates across time, space, and dimensions, creating ripples of healing, love, and divine alignment in the world. It's a reminder that when women engage with the divine, when they connect deeply with their spiritual essence, they are not only elevating themselves, but also contributing to the greater good of humanity. The power of this prayer is far-reaching, creating waves of positive change that extend well beyond the individual, shaping the world for generations to come.